The renowned psychotherapist Esther Perel, daughter of two Holocaust survivors, has a son who was born around 9/11 and is about to graduate during this pandemic. He wanted to go into New York City. Esther calls herself contraphobic, which means I'm so terrified from the trauma in my DNA, I live as though I'm fearless. We're all experiencing a deep sense of anxiety and fear at some level. We are all grieving the loss of the world we have known, with anger a rising emotion among some now protesting loss of the freedoms we must curtail to save lives by staying at home. We all lament the loss of the world, the routine, the simple enjoyment of gathering with friends in a restaurant. Esther Perel's point is that the grieving we are all experiencing, consciously or not, is not just physical. It's not just about that planned vacation or next week's graduation ceremony reservations. It's what that event means to everyone connected to it. We are not used to grieving death until someone in our own family or someone else close to us dies. But the coronavirus has brought death almost too close for most of us to handle. We accept that influenza kills tens of thousands, but with 1.2 million Americans already infected and nearly 70,000 dead in a few months, death is suddenly much closer on a daily basis. Our society as a whole is in mourning, so we need some collective grief therapy, like laughter. Death is not an end to laughter. It is okay to laugh through tears when remembering a loved one in private grief. So it's also okay to laugh during a pandemic to remind ourselves of who we are. My Reform Rabbinic colleague and friend Bob Alper, who is also a stand-up comic, told me that following one of his shows, a woman came up to thank him. "But why?" Bob asked. "Because," the woman replied, "I have been fighting cancer for years, but for the past 45 minutes of your show, I wasn't thinking about that. I was laughing." The Zoom weddings and bar bat mitzvahs we have been doing since March, while not ideal and certainly not for everyone, are reminders that it is still okay to celebrate in the middle of a pandemic. It is still okay to laugh. Physical distance does not mean we can't still come together in some way. Even in times of unimaginable death, we must always remind ourselves to choose life. The Torah says, "Uvacharta v'chaim," choose life no matter what. Judaism's healthy prescription, even during private and societal moments of grieving, like the period we are in, is to keep living, loving, and laughing, however and whenever we can. L'chaim doesn't require alcohol or a toast. It is Judaism in one word: to life and not death, to hope and not despair, to laughter, even in the midst of a pandemic. This is Rabbi Micah Greenstein, thinking of you one day at a time.